I hope to have a better perspective of how to integrate Pacific Island and Asian American perspective in biblical study for youth. I'm going to be helping with the middle school youth Sunday school when I go back, but also just bringing some more awareness of what the national church is doing to bring a more diverse community into our lives. And there are many Asian Americans in our own congregation that can plug into PAAM eventually. I hope that can happen.
Because we are Asian Americans, and not, of course we're all Christians, but I think there's a lot of different traditions and just history, and even our experiences through Christ. And as we are, all same in the body of Christ, that we can contribute to help building up the church and witnessing to other people and sharing the gospel.
So this gathering, this PAAM National Leadership Convocation, intentionally, deliberately, and very clearly reminds us of this calling. It is a calling that we sealed ourselves with our baptism and our confirmation, and are having confessed our faith, are having said yes to God, to be God's people, to have the Spirit within us, to receive that Spirit, to be the delight of God's soul, to be called in righteousness, taken by God's own hand. Imagine that. Taken by God's own hand. Kept by God, God's own covenant people, which simply means you have a contract with God.
Leadership is born by the Spirit of God. Leadership is born by placing a seed within your person, saying, this I must be about. Leadership, when that happens, is about the task of influencing others to see what you see in ways that may be special to those who see it other than you, but to bring people to a sense of a vision that is birthed in Jesus Christ, in the Spirit, and made possible by God.
The Lone Ranger style or a superstar stance will not do. Positioning ourselves near each other enables others to see our reflected lights. More importantly, what we need to do needs to be done in the grassroots level, where the action is, where the people are.
Leadership in PAAM should be intentionally inclusive of all ethnic groups, local churches that have predominantly white members but have Pacific Islander and Asian members should be considered for PAAM membership. PAAM column in the UCC, place a PAAM column in the UCC newsletter. More publicity, information to local churches about PAAM membership, activities, and others. Increase dissemination and support of multilingual resources to be used in the local churches. Disseminate information about scholarships on seminary training.
I wish that PAAM can provide desperately needed leadership capable of drawing our spiritual vision beyond superficial togetherness to the deeper realities of faith. That our togetherness will be intentionally attentive to the wonderfully varied liturgies of our common life, even as we live out our faith in our separate worlds.
From the east, the direction of the rising sun,
Partake now of the bread and the wine, the ageless symbols of Christ's gift given for others. Eat and drink because of your need and not because of some special goodness you may possess or privilege you may feel. Reach out to those near you and receive their friendship. Reach up to receive the friendship of God and be this day truly reconciled. We remember on the night of betrayal and desertion and on the eve of death, Jesus gathered the disciples and said, "Take, eat. This is my body, which is given for you. This is in remembrance of me." In the same manner, also after supper, Jesus took the cup and after giving thanks, gave it to them and said, "Drink this, all of you. This is my blood of the new covenant, which is poured out for you and for many, for the forgiveness of sins. Do this as often as you drink it in remembrance of me." Please now come forward and partake of the elements through intinction, receiving a piece of bread and dipping it in the cup.